Cool. Hey guys. Cool. Hey guys. All right, I think my microphone is fine. Let me I know my microphone noise gate was a little too aggressive last time. So let me just make that a little bit lower. Okay, I think this should be good now. Cool. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I am going to... Let me just check one thing before I get started. Alright, so first of all, I want to go over sort of updates to game systems, kind of what's been done today. So the big thing, so Chris, I just pulled some changes. Chris, the programmer who's been working on gameplay, just pushed a few things. So one, I'm just going to read his what he wrote in the update. Setting up tree prefab, setting up single double gravity leaf shaders, okay. Shadows on trees, got it. Tree color beam colors. Update on gravity direction change, okay. Oh, right, that's really cool. We'll get to that in a bit. Added button to tree color beam to force update in case the material gets deleted. Adding button to tree color beam to force update in case the material gets deleted. Okay. Simplifying color controls, so that's just a safety thing. Simplifying color controls of trees and color beams to color emission alpha variables. Okay, got it. Okay, fixed a few bugs. Removing debug log. Almost have tree spawning tree cubes. Almost have spawning tree cubes at a specified position. Alright, so cool. So one of the stuff that's really, really cool is now, so let's take a look at this room. This is this is the sandbox level for those of you who are new. Basically, I put all of the mechanics in the game inside this level, and because the game is very modular, it's very system driven, I know if mechanics are working here, then they're going to be working fine in the actual levels and puzzles in the game. Okay, so this is a tree. So, okay, right now the material is missing on the tree. But for a while, what was happening was all the trees had the same material inside the editor. Like, it's pink because it's missing material right now, but before they were all just blue. And that made it very difficult for me to see which tree was which. So Chris, you know, on Monday I was talking to Chris about this when we were kind of going over everything that's kind of what my pipeline is for making levels. And Chris added this wonderful tool. So now you can see, so first of all, we've got this little gizmo here down on the bottom right that tells me which direction is which gravity. It took me way too long. I can't believe I went for 2.5 years without implementing this. Like, we added in last week, I think, and it has been invaluable. So now what I know is this is a tree that's pointing in just on this wall, so it needs to be an orange tree, and I can just drop down, and there we go. Now that is an orange tree. And here's what's really cool, right? Because then I can take this tree, I duplicate it, rotate it down, and then now we know this is a blue wall, so there you go, a blue tree. I think there's probably a way where we can automate it, so if I just rotate it and it's facing in that particular direction, you know, for example, right now it's facing that wall, we can set it, but I think it's possible that I will have trees that are a little bit more, maybe a blue tree growing on this wall, but it's, yeah, so it's growing on a green wall, but it's actually a blue tree, maybe. Actually, I don't think so. I think that might go against some of the systems that we have. But I don't want to get too, you don't want to automate too much, otherwise it gets frustrating if I want to maybe do something a little unusual. So now, the wonderful thing is I can see exactly, you know, how many kinds of trees are in a room without having to click on each one. I believe Chris also added this tool for the color changing beams. I think he made them separate prefabs, although I don't think that's necessary. I will check with him to see why these ones are missing their material. Let me do this. I'm gonna go out into another level and come back just to see if this looks... I just want to see if it saves the material update. I'm gonna get some water. Hello, the insane bro. Yes, I want this to be like an acid trip. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water. Alright, I decided to get some ginger ale as well. Okay, so let's just... Okay, now let's go back to the Redux level. I just want to see if it saved the materials. Hey, Ed Riofer. Hello, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Ay! Yikes, yikes. So, that is a problem. So yeah, that was kind of a good thing to check. So for those of you who are just joining, because I saved the level, right? I'm almost certain I did. Let me just try this one more time. Yeah, because if that doesn't work, if it doesn't save it, then it's kind of useless. So... Yeah, Unity has a lot of these strange bugs sometimes. Okay. Control save. Alright, we've definitely saved this level. Let's go back to world 015. Oh man. Yeah, thank you, Jiganashi. Somebody choosing me after Jumbo, but you know, to be fair, he's just gaming right now, so it's not like he's working on The Witness. Okay, so let's go back. Alright, now we're in another scene. And, yep, save it. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, it looks like it doesn't stay. So that is a bug, so we will continue our series of notes for Chris. Notes for Chris. Tree material and color change beam material do not stay when reloading scene. So needs to be fixed, otherwise not really useful. Okay. I think no, I've met John offline, and he's a great guy. He's actually really awesome to talk to. You know, I met him at Practice. Practice is a conference in New York. It's run out of NYU. It's just like a game design conference. There's no business development, no monetization talks. It's just about game design. And he was the keynote speaker. And I went. This was last November, and then afterwards, after the first day, there was a party in the evening, and he was there, and I went up and I said hi, and we actually talked for like half an hour. It was pretty cool. And he's really intense when you're talking to him. He's just kind of paying attention to you. He's not like, sometimes when you talk to people, their eyes are kind of scanning the room looking for someone else to talk to. And you're like, oh, okay, you're not really interested in talking to me. But when you're speaking with John, he's just like really focused. It was kind of cool. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. I told him about the game, and the next day he actually sent me an email asking for a build, which was super cool. All right, so notes for Chris: tree material and color change view material need to stay. They need to, for some reason. I think it probably has to do with. Why don't we take a quick look at what's going on in the script, just so we can see what's going on. I think he comes across as maybe not as friendly online, just because on Twitter, he just has to like cut straight to the point. Okay, I don't know. Wait, this is the wrong script. Hold on, let me check out the folder. Okay, single gravity tree. That's the one we want to look at. Single gravity tree controller. Okay, I don't see that here. That might be an extension of tree controller. Let's see here. Tree controller editor. That's. I bet that's what it is. Update material. Yeah. So I think for some reason this setup and apply material is not saving it across scenes. So you can see we're basically setting get component, set up and apply material that is in tree color. Let's take a look at that script quickly. Tree color. By the way, this is this tool I'm using. It's called Reuniter. The dev sent me. He was watching one of my earlier streams and he saw me kind of looking around looking for stuff and was like, "Hey man, I got this plugin." He sent me a key and said, "This can really help you be more efficient." And indeed it has. So set up and apply material. Okay, no, that's inside my... Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that... This is kind of what Chris has done. He's made single gravity tree controller an extension of tree controller, because I also have double gravity trees. And then we've got this tree control editor, which is controlling specifically the inspector. Let me delete a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Let's bring this over here. Tree controller. Set up and apply material. Yeah, I think for some reason here it is not... Is this edit in... Custom editor. Maybe this, somewhere here there needs to be an edit in update in editor mode. Maybe. Okay, because it doesn't seem to be saving. Let me try it now. Unity run and edit Execute in edit mode. Okay, that's the one. This is the one I'm talking about. So let me just see if this works. I mean, it is happening in edit mode, but okay, let's go to world 25 and then come back here. Execute in edit. Yeah. No, we are not going to debug live. It's too painful. Too embarrassing for me. Redux. Oh, did it use his Synthoid command, or did it use to be execute in editor? Oh man, I totally forgot. I needed to talk to Chris about your suggestion from yesterday. Ah, okay, it's not working. Yeah. While we're here, how about unfill from cube? Synthoid commander suggestion. Just save this. Notes for Chris 2015 0707. Alright, tomorrow I will talk to Chris in the morning, and then we can kind of go over some of the stuff. And then also, just a reminder, Chris will be on the stream on Thursday, kind of going over in more detail, and we can talk about more of the general stuff that we're doing with programming, and then kind of do like a live code review of some stuff. Alright, so that's not working. What else has Chris made? So add a button to tree to force update. So that's not force update. Oh, update material. Okay, so you can do an update material, but the problem is, right, so you can do this update. Okay, that's kind of nice. You can do an update material. The problem is it's still, the whole point is that you still have to click on the tree to see what color it is. And the whole point of this is that I want to avoid it. Let's also jump in and see if the material gets applied at runtime. Subinfinity says, that sounds like fun. Are you referring to the code review session? Okay, so it looks like the tree material does get applied during runtime, so it's all good. I mean, they do need to be... Oh, okay, some stuff is missing there. Looks like the double gravity tree stuff is... This stuff is missing. Where is the room with the... Oh, there it is. Trying to find the room with the color change themes. There they are. Okay, they're all lined up. So now I can... What color should we make this? Let's make it purple. Ooh, nice. Do double gravity trees? Do double gravity cubes work yet? Okay, these don't work yet. They will eventually, though. Huh. Here is the cube from before. Okay, so that, yeah, it is actually pretty fun. It is very exhausting though. Like if you do code review, the first hour I'm really good. Like I'm on top of things and we're like going line by line and I'm asking, okay, why are you doing this? Why that? Where is it going to? And then definitely by the second hour, I'm just like, hey, Chris, why don't you just explain kind of generally what this script does? But yeah, we'll do some of that on Thursday. So it looks like, yeah, the problem. Well, actually, now that I've run it, I wonder if it saves it. All right, I'm gonna come back again. Let's go to world 025. Let's load another scene and come back to Redux. I wish you could have multiple scenes open at once. That would be super helpful. Alright. I'm just loading another scene and then reloading Redux to see if, no, okay, so it's still broken. Alright, so that's a bug. We'll hopefully have that fixed maybe by tomorrow, but we'll see. This is kind of how game development is. You make progress, and then it's broken, and you try to fix it some more, and then you find out there are other problems. Yeah, nothing. You never get anything right the first time, or the second time. Okay, so let me just look at some of his other updates. Simplifying color. Okay, there isn't... looks like I can change a few things in Relativity utils. Oh dear, why do I have two of these? Okay, there shouldn't be two of them. Should only be one. It might be the problem of maybe one of the scripts generates a Relativity utils. Is there a script that generates that creates Relativity utils? Might cause, well, yeah. Checked. Okay. Right, so basically Relativity utils allows me to change the... Okay, looks like these have updates too. Yeah, it's too bad you can't, you see the multi-object editing not supported. I was gonna like click and drag through all of them and then hit update. So I think what might need to happen is like when you open a scene, it might just have to call update for everything. Well, I'll talk to him about this and see about how this is working. It's a little annoying though that Unity has stuff like this. Okay, so in Relativity utils, I can Vivasser. Yeah, debugging is hard, especially when it's debugging is hard when it's not code you wrote. Yes. Yeah, I mean now I know what Chris is doing because we like did the code review, but the thing is like I'm sure because this isn't, I don't think it's totally finished yet. This is just kind of you know what he's done so far today. So he probably has some stuff that he wants to add. Like, he probably already knows that there's an issue. So with Relativity utils, and if I change it, then it sort of messes up his flow. Let's see, what can we do? Element 2 is... Okay, I don't know if that looks like it's affecting it. I should be allowed to change the emission value. Okay, that doesn't look like it's doing anything. That also doesn't look like it's doing anything. Or maybe I have to update the material? Ah! Interesting. So that's another problem I'm seeing where material changes to material aren't applied. So changes to material are not applied to objects in real time. So it's like you have to keep hitting, you have to hit update and then, okay. So yeah, but this is not super handy because it means I can't make changes and see what they look like. I then have to like go back and click on everything. Okay. Anyway, I'll talk to Chris about this tomorrow. Then, in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break, cut the video, and then we're going to come back and we're going to continue working on the level that we started yesterday. This one. So I added a few things earlier today when I had some time, but I'll go over some of the changes and then we'll continue with this shortly, right after this.